Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Rob.
Hello, hello. How you doing, sir?
So hopefully in the recording, you are on that side.
We're never sure.
We're never sure.
I'm over here.
Yeah.
Or here. So how you doing, guy?
I'm doing. It's been a week, and it's Tuesday, so looking forward to the rest of the week.
Yes, bring on the rest of the week.
Tomorrow's hump day, so you know. May get a ticket for dry humping something again. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe if I'm lucky.
As long as you're wearing a mask while you're doing it, you're okay.
Mm-hmm. And hand sanitizer. I mean, I'll have lots of hand sanitizer around, so. You know, I just thought of this. So I fell victim, and I don't even know if it's going to show up on the camera very well, but I fell victim to a Wish ad in Facebook. So I bought this coin. Yeah, it's not going to zoom in, is it?
No, it's having some troubles.
Yeah. It's kind of a coin. Anyways, it's got John Candy on it from Vacation. And it says COVID-19, sorry folks, world's closed. You know, from Wally World, like he's like.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then on the back, it's got a picture of Oregon Trail.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and it says in really tiny writing below that you have died of lack of toilet paper. And then it just says March 13th, 2020, social distancing, national emergency. It was $3, and I was
sure, yeah.
I don't know, just a total impulse buy, but I was like, maybe I'll commemorate this, or.
It is funny that of all the people they would stick on a coin with an American flag, they would pick John Candy.
Well, I think it's more for the scene from Vacation.
Oh yeah, totally.
Sorry, world's closed, but yeah, the choice is a little ironic.
Yeah, for those who don't remember, John Candy, wonderful Canadian comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if you don't know who he is, I recommend Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It is my favorite comedy of all time.
It's a very, very good one.
It is him and Steve Martin. Yeah, that movie makes me laugh. All sorts of laughs.
Absolutely. I was an Uncle Buck guy myself, but I did love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Great.
Uncle Buck is also excellent. Yeah, so many good John Candy movies.
Yep.
So this is episode 78. Yeah, we're moving right along. We're gonna get to that. Kidding. We're gonna get to that 100 in no time.
I still remember doing the 50. Like 50 was during COVID as well, right?
I believe.
I think it had just started.
Yeah. I think it was our 50th. It would make sense, right? Because that's like 28 episodes ago. So, yeah. 52 weeks in a year. I think we've only missed 1 week since then, but during Christmas there.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's the only week we missed. We took Christmas off. So, yeah.
78. By 100, we better have done at least one more live show. Because I'm getting Ryan withdrawals real bad. Real bad.
Well, yeah, the 100th the 100th is just going to be us like triple masked up and just hugging, like live streaming an hour of hugging.
Yep.
Rob, stop humming slow dance songs.
Shh.
And I'm sorry, Whitney Houston just won't stop running through my head.
That's right. That's right. Oh man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll do something for sure. And if not, the 100th will be something live.
That's right. Even if we have to be in a backyard with across other sides.
Mm-hmm. And I think, it's getting nice out again. Like
it is. Beautiful spring day out there.
I had to close this up because I actually had some glare from like the outside. Like the sun's still up after a time change.
And I had to close my curtains because I'll burst into flames if the sun hits my skin.
No, that too.
Yep.
So I don't think I have any housekeeping this week. Just I'll mention, if you want to contact us, we would love to hear from you. You can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. And we always love to hear a little something from you.
It'd be nice to get an email there that isn't the regular spam of, hey, I see you have a website and I'd like to really help you redesign it.
Mm-hmm.
You would, right? 4 of those a week. It's like, we appreciate it. We don't actually have any money to pay you to do that.
Yeah.
And the website's fine.
Also, this just reminded me too. We did hear from our mutual friend Jared. He messaged us and said he'd love to see a beef and cheddar challenge.
Yes.
So maybe that'll be our live show, a beef and cheddar off.
Yep. Followed by a who can get to the hospital quicker for the stomach pumping off. But I really want a beef and cheddar now. Which is not great because I have a little trouble with gluten. My tummy doesn't handle gluten like she used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I might have to eat just the beef and cheddar without the bun.
Without the bun.
Just a big plate of it.
With your hands.
Oh.
All the beef, all the cheddar.
All the beef. Drowning in the cheese sauce.
All right, well let's move on into news then.
Right, we're about half an hour into our video game podcast and we haven't talked about video games yet.
One video game thing yet.
That's all right. We'll start off. We're actually starting off with the biggest news story, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
The Bethesda Microsoft deal was finally finalized last week. And we heard some things.
We did.
Something people have been wondering, and Phil Spector kind of confirmed it, that he's like, there's going to be some Xbox exclusivity. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yep. Well, they bought them.
Exactly. So they also, in celebration, they also released 20 games to Game Pass, 20 Bethesda games. And they were the only one that was different between PC and console I found was Fallout New Vegas. There wasn't it wasn't on PC, but it was on console. Mm-hmm. But they released Dishonored 1 and 2, all the Dooms, Elder Scrolls 3, Elder Scrolls 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
They released Elder Scrolls Online as well. So I guess covered their Elder Scrolls library.
Lots of Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. I didn't realize Evil Within was a Bethesda game.
Right. Yeah.
They released Fallout 4 and 76. Well, 76 was already on Game Pass, but they released Fallout 4. Like I said, New Vegas on console.
Mm-hmm.
Prey, which is something I've been wanting to give a try.
Right.
Rage 2, that's been on Game Pass already.
Mm-hmm.
The other big thing was they released the new games in the Wolfenstein series, the New Order, the Old Blood, and Young Blood.
Mm-hmm.
So something else I've been wanting to give a try, and just haven't got a chance.
Oh. What was interesting on this list, though, and I mean, lots of good games.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal,
mm-hmm.
Doom 3, no Doom 2016.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's not like they didn't release a bunch of them, but I'm just curious why.
Maybe they didn't announce it because it may have already been on Game Pass. Because it was on Game Pass when I first got Game Pass.
Okay.
Because I replayed it, or got into it again for a bit there. But I don't know if it's gone away. And
okay.
You know what? Entertain the folks.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the... I don't know how that song goes.
You do. You
something. Milkshake. All the boys to the yard. Just pretend I'm in the Grammys. I'll just start taking my clothes off and waving around.
All right. Was that something that happened at the Grammys this year?
Evidently, there was a lot more smut than usual, which, you know, it's the Grammys. No one's watching anyway. Hot take.
So no, Doom 2016 is not part of Game Pass anymore, so it went away at some point. So, interesting. Yeah. Good catch.
Just curious.
Yeah.
I was just going through the list, and I'm like, Doom.
You know, I've had Doom Eternal sitting on my on my desktop for since it came out on Game Pass, and I'm always like, I don't feel like dooming it right now. I'll just play something.
Gotta be in a certain mood, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so it's going to be really interesting to see the future of Bethesda here. They talked about like Deathloop, and I don't remember the other one, but ones that are scheduled to release on PlayStation, and those were because those contracts were already in place.
Yeah.
But going forward, I think we're going to see probably a year or 8-month exclusivity, before it goes out to PlayStation.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, it's further cementing the fact that Game Pass is the best deal in gaming right now.
Oh man,
not even close. Well, I mean, next to Stadia.
Yeah.
For the audio podcast, Ryan and I made sarcastic faces right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I got to say about Bethesda finally being finalized there.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fantastic. I'm glad that they decided to release all 20 in one bunch and give us all I mean, between an Elder Scrolls game and Fallout 4, and I mean, you could be playing video games here for a year straight.
Just in that tab, games. You wouldn't even have to. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's
amazing.
Know what?
Since we're talking about Microsoft and Game Pass and stuff, I'm going to jump ahead to one of the other stories that we have here. Huge news. I guess it was just yesterday.
Oh.
That they're releasing Outriders to Game Pass.
Right. Yeah.
Day and date. So April 1, when that game releases, it's showing up on Game Pass.
That's pretty cool.
It is. So the caveat to that is it's only on the consoles. It's not going to be. It won't be on PC, at least right away.
Yeah.
So, also, I just put this together just before the show here because Brent was messaging us. So I wonder, there's a little bit of Square Enix, Microsoft love going on because they also announced Octopath Traveler, which was a previous Nintendo exclusive, is coming to Game Pass soon. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
Absolutely. I wonder if they're
interesting
starting to learn because they want to kind of get some of their games out in people's systems after the whole Avengers debacle, where they're trying to build some goodwill again.
When I read this story, I was just thinking about it, and I'm like, so didn't they do something like this with Outer Worlds, kind of right before they bought I forget the name of the company that made Outer Worlds.
Obsidian.
So kind of right before they announced that they bought Obsidian. I can't remember if it was right before or if it was they bought Obsidian and then they they threw Outer Worlds on Game Pass, but Outer Worlds came.
Yep.
But I mean, Xbox isn't buying Square Enix anytime soon, I don't think.
Although,
I mean, they bought Bethesda, so
I was going to say,
yeah, you're right.
Bethesda's pretty huge, but they're probably out of money for a little bit anyway.
But I was wondering about the developer People Can Fly. I was like, I wonder if that's a little bit that they might be purchasing them. So that's
so hard to tell.
It is.
Yeah. It's been, I mean, nothing's off the table right now. Like, we were all talking about Brent again. We were all chatting about Microsoft buying Sega and Konami and the rumors about that.
Yeah.
And my first reaction was, oh yeah, sure, whatever. My second reaction is like, yeah.
Yeah, it could happen.
It wouldn't be the strangest thing that would happen this year, so that would be that'd be pretty cool.
So, yeah. Outriders coming. I mean, I can go play it on my 1S, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll wait. I got lots of stuff to play. I'm in no hurry.
Yeah.
So the second biggest news this week was news that there's a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up coming from the studio Tribute Games. They brought us games like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. They were also involved in this in the Streets of Rage 4.
Oh, okay.
Development. So, yeah.
Very interesting. So it's supposed to be a sequel of sorts to Turtles in Time.
Yeah, but it's that whole like isometric or I don't know if that's isometric, but the whole like side view, you're not locked side view, but just shifted and you can walk. But yeah, it's with all 4 of the turtles, and it definitely looks like the classic Turtles, like the ones that we knew from our time, not any of these new ones. But
yeah,
I'm totally stoked. I'm totally stoked because I put a lot of quarters into Turtles in Time in the arcade there. A lot of quarters.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks very good.
It does, right? So yeah, a lot of people talking about this. So there's definitely a lot of excitement. Not so much from you. You're like, Turtles.
No, no, it looks very good. The art style's not really doing it for me. Maybe I have to see it in motion. It's like I don't know. I mean, the game itself, I'm sure, will be absolutely amazing because Scott Pilgrim is a really, really great beat 'em up, and I mean, we both really enjoyed Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
I'll have to see it.
There's a trailer with a little bit of footage in it. Not a whole bunch, but it really looks like polished retro, like that feeling you got from Streets of Rage 4. Like very,
you bet.
Still retro enough looking, but still polished enough to be impressive.
Did they say when that's coming? No, yeah, that was just an announcement, I guess, eh?
Yeah, just that there's no official release date, but it's being worked on. So, not soon enough, Rob.
They're giving us the blizzard when it's ready.
Yeah. So, since the last time we got together, Mario Day officially happened. I know we talked a little bit about it last week, but March 10th went by, the Mario Day. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to ask you what your favorite Mario game is.
Excellent. Well, definitely I think it's one that's popular with a lot of the people our age, and it's Mario Teaches Typing. It was one of the best games ever done. Learned a lot.
Especially about typing.
That's Some people had Mavis Beacon, and we had Mario.
What was that even on? Was that on?
That was PC.
It was. Oh, was it PC game?
It's an old DOS game, yeah.
Okay.
So now for the non-smart aleck. You know, I'm gonna go with Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Still a classic, still great. Can play it. I could play it today and still have a big smile on my face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's something about those old pixel art games.
They play so well. Like,
yep.
But it's the first game I played when the whole SNES library showed up on the Switch there. When the SNES game showed up, like,
yeah,
that's the first one I went for, and I played a bunch of it, and it still plays great.
It does, absolutely.
Yeah, I made some posts that day on our pager, like asking if that's the greatest of all time, and I'm gonna say it definitely is to me. Super Mario World. It's like just this perfect like culmination of of Mario-ness.
Yep, absolutely.
And oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say close second for me would be Mario 3.
Yeah.
But
that was my second place one too.
Yeah.
So of the modern ones though, like say since GameCube.
Okay.
What would be your favorite in there, you think?
Oh. Why don't you give me yours first, and I'll have to think about that for a sec.
For me, it was Odyssey.
Okay.
Like I mean, I really liked Galaxy and Galaxy 2. But man, Odyssey like just hit in all the right spots, in all the feels, you know, just in the whole nostalgia of like Mario. And just with enough modern stuff to it that it just felt unreal. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Great game. Can I pick a game in the Mario universe that doesn't star Mario?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, but wait, like, is he not in the game?
He's not in the game, no. So I guess no then.
No. Well, were you going to go with Yoshi?
Is that what yes. I was going to go with Yoshi's Woolly World.
Yoshi's Woolly World. Yeah.
But yes, if it has to have Mario in it, Super Mario Odyssey, I'd say as well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's in the Yoshi's in the universe, but
it's in the MCU, the Mario continuous universe. The Mario cinematic universe.
You know, I would have let it go if he appeared in the game in some way.
Yeah.
Like I could give you Luigi's Mansion 3 because you know Mario has some bits in that, but and, you know, it's his brother.
It's his brother. How are you?
So okay. Yeah. I mean, Mario games, love them.
All right.
Oh, you know what? Next bit of news here. I just thought I'd mention, like, if you don't like they don't give us any money for this. But
nobody does.
Nobody gives us any money for this. But check out Humble Bundles. You can get some insane deals. And you know what? A portion of what you pay goes to support a charity. And you can go with the default one or you can choose one. It's really win. Just so many wins.
So many wins.
No chance of losing. All
I do is win.
So the game, it's a fairly popular game. It's called Stellaris. It's a few years old now. Like I think it's a 2015 or 14 game, but it's like Civilization in the stars, right? Like you've got the whole like all the political stuff, and you got space battles. But on Humble Bundle right now, if you just wanted to buy just Stellaris by itself, you could get it for $1.24. And right now on Steam, that game is $35. Win-win. If you go up to the highest level and pay $18.72, you get there's 7 expansions for Stellaris. And that grand total is over $100 on Steam right now. Yeah, it's crazy. So
you'd be stupid not to. Don't be stupid.
Some might even say it's a Stellaris deal. No one says that.
I mean, I would. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Humble Bundle, man. Check it out. I've got that is how I've literally built my Steam library. And given me, of course, my backlog of good intentions. But plug for another show that we do.
Yep. Occasionally. Yeah.
So yeah, Humble Bundle, go check it out. Stellaris, crazy deal. Just today, Jazzy hands. Just today, Fall Guys Season 4 trailer came out.
It did.
And it looks like fun. There's a crazy, you fall asleep for 2,000 years or something, and you come out and it's all techno future. And
yep,
they showed there's some sort of battery level where you're trying to get a battery and standing on charging,
and
gravity wells, and
it looks pretty amazing. It's very 80s techno-y.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Synth music and they're going to be having a crossover with Among Us.
Yeah.
Which is totally makes sense, because if you're going to have Among Us skins, we were talking about, they look exactly the same.
They're just a little face shield.
It's got a little face shield, yep. So it was due to happen. But it looks great. I'm going to definitely check that out on March 22nd.
Yeah, we'll have to do some live streaming of that. Play a few rounds for the people.
You bet. Still not won a crown.
So I just added this last story here because I just kind of stumbled across it. So Fortnite released Season 6 of Chapter 2. And it's called Primal.
Sure.
And there's a lot of building and scavenging now in the game for this primal chapter.
Okay.
So is this in answer to Valheim, which is Valheim's only been popular for a month and a half. Are they responding this quickly, or do you think this is on their roadmap? Because they responded within almost 2 months and put in a little whatchamacallit game in. They had a mode where it was exactly like Among Us, but using Fortnite characters.
Right.
So
it wouldn't be the first time they hop on the
whatever bandwagon's popular at the moment.
Yep.
So anyways, I just thought that was kind of interesting because, Valheim is definitely the hotness at the moment. And, then they have this primal where, you got to build your weapons and, kill some animals. Yeah. It's
Fortnite, making more Fortnite stuff for the kids.
It's what keeps it. How they keep relevant, I guess, is they just keep changing.
Insert political joke
here.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we got for news.
Yeah, guy. Yeah, it was a busy week.
It was. So, since I was just talking about Valheim, I'm going to hop into what we've been playing.
Sure.
And first game I'm going to talk about is Valheim.
I thought you were going to go with okay, sorry. Yeah, never mind. Valheim. Tell us about Valheim.
So my first half-hour play by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, it's okay. Then I see my buddy Sean was on playing, and he added me to his gaming group's server. I was able to log in and see all the stuff that they had done, and I was just like, oh my god, there's so much cool stuff. So then me and him went and started a land, and that is definitely the appeal of this game. I mean, the survival and like just building your stuff up is a whole game in itself. But just being able to hop in and out with your character into friends' worlds is really what makes this game. Like the unlocked downness of that. Like your characters don't really have levels. Like you build up, you kind of build up skills, but you don't have a level. So it's not like you're a level 80 suddenly going to help a level 1. But so I created a new world where just him and I were playing, because when his other friends had started playing sooner, and they just ran him through all the early stuff.
Okay.
So he kind of wanted to experience it a bit more. And it says that when you play with more than one person, like the enemies get a little harder, but you get better loot.
Yeah, you bet. Okay.
You know, the whole push and pull of that. But yeah, like since then I went back and I started up like a new single player game that I've been just playing. Like the building frustrated me right off the bat, because so they have you build a workbench, and then they're like, you need to put a roof over it. So I went and chopped down a bunch of trees and got a bunch of wood, and then I go to build a wall, and it's only in one direction, and I can't figure out how to turn or like adjust this wall. Like I'm moving my whole character around, and like it's still kind of staying in the same spot. Like I'm kind of walking around. I'm like, I just got frustrated, and I eventually had to look it up. And like, you know, in other building games I played, like you hold down the Alt or the Shift or something to put you into a mode where you can kind of spin a piece to be where you want it. This one has you use the mouse wheel as the turn, which I wouldn't like. I've never.
Sure, a little bit different.
But this game also has you using the mouse wheel click. You know how you can click your mouse wheel as a button, as like your block.
Okay.
Yeah, like when you're fighting, like to bring your hands up to defend. That's what it uses as a block. Like, so they like it's just really weird. Like usually nothing like that is ever assigned to your mouse wheel.
Not by default, anyway.
Not
that's
by
for
default.
Sure.
Yeah. So, you know, once I played with Sean and then played a bunch of my own, like I'm definitely into it. Like you know, I've built up my little cabin, and I'm out hunting deer. Like I made my bow and arrow, and trying to build the better armor so I can go take on the first boss. And it's a lot of fun. What's great about it, like playing with a buddy or whatever, is like you don't have to be intensely focusing on a mission. Like I was off chopping trees, and Sean was off gathering like whatever, like stone and flint and stuff, and you know we're like it's a great social like game like that. So yeah, Valheim, it's a lot of fun. I can see why it's the new hotness right now.
Very nice.
So something completely other end of the spectrum. I'm not even going to bury the lead on this one. Apex Legends launched last week on the Switch.
Yes.
And boy, oh boy.
Does it make you want to switch to another console?
It really does. So imagine playing like, so first off, I thought this game might actually translate kind of okay to the Switch, because it has a very similar art style to like Borderlands.
Sure.
Okay, like the whole cell shaded, like like gritty look. I thought that might translate. Yeah, it doesn't. So imagine trying to play Borderlands, okay, but you've taken an inch of Vaseline and just smeared it across your screen.
Which is the way I play Borderlands all the time.
I know exactly, right? So, on top of that, like, everything is so hard to see and like figure out. You're off the bat, you're put into crossplay.
Oh, okay.
So you're playing on a very subpar system compared to people on PC and consoles.
Yeah.
So after about 10, 30-second matches, I'm like, okay, I there's got to be a way to turn off this crossplay because this is like, it was just dumb. Like, I can't even see where I'm being shot from.
And it's like guy running around in a circle holding the gun up like this.
Dude, it literally was because, you can't see anything. It's so just blurry. Like, it reminded me of playing like a PS2 or N64 game, like going back now and looking at one of those games. That's exactly what it reminded me of. Like, just the softness of it.
Yeah. Trying to just keep the frame rate up. Is the frame rate fairly constant, or for the 30 seconds or so you were playing? I mean, at a time.
I mean, I did have one match that lasted about 10 minutes, and it's only because I ran and like hid in the corner of this building. And then the circle,
which is fun, right? That's super fun.
And then, like, don't kill me, please don't find me. So I decided to turn crossplay off, and this was Saturday night. Okay, it's not like a pretty high gaming time, right?
Yeah, it's when all the kids.
So I turned crossplay off, and I sat in that lobby for 10 minutes, and it never filled. Just Switch players. Yeah, it's a good try, but it is so it's unplayable to me. Like, I can't play it. I mean, I think maybe if you were like super into it and like you just needed to get that portable fix, maybe it's okay for you. But I mean, I look at a game like Overwatch, and I mean, if I look at it on my PC compared to the Switch, I can see the fidelity differences in the details. But they still put together something that is more than playable.
Yep.
Great frame rate. Almost never see like drops in it. It's pretty great.
It's possible to do, yeah.
But yeah, right out of the gate, I was pretty disappointed. Like, I actually played it Saturday, like I said, and then I was like, it was right before bed, so I was getting sleepy, and I'm like, maybe I was being hard on it. Maybe I was kind of imagining how soft it was. Like, I was getting tired. Like, it was time. So I went back on Sunday and played it a bit more. Yeah, no, not my imagination in the least. It is. Yeah. So I'm putting like a garbage stamp on that game. But you know what? It's also free. So
it's true.
I lose nothing except precious time. But yeah, I cannot recommend it to anybody with good conscience. Yeah. What else did I play here? So my copy of Mario 3D World arrived finally.
Hey.
And I played a few levels. I didn't get into any Bowser's Fury yet. I just wanted to see how the main game played, and I did 5 or 6 levels in that, and it's still it's great. It's really fun. It's like Odyssey but linear.
It's one of those games I don't think gets enough love, right?
Yeah.
It really does. It really is a fun game.
So one thing I came across that was different from the Wii U version, because I always wonder how they're going to do these translations.
Yeah, you bet.
There's a part where you come up to novelty binoculars that are mounted on a stand.
Oh yeah, yep.
Like, just so you can look at the level. And I mean, this is something they could have used the gyro controls in the Switch for, right? because that's what happened on the Wii U. Like you got into these binoculars, and it allowed you to look around. Like you moved the pad to where you wanted to move the binoculars, right?
You had the gamepad built in, right?
So, yeah. But they didn't do that in this. They didn't take any advantage of the. You actually just use like a thumbstick to look around. So, I'd asked Damon about if you made it to any of the levels where there was another novelty thing with the Wii U pad because it had the microphone in it. To get fans to work, they wanted you to blow on the mic on the Wii U, but I haven't made it to any of that yet. So that'll be the next thing to see how they translate that.
I've heard they just took it right out.
Oh,
like they're either just moving or something like that, or you jump on them. Yeah.
Okay.
Because someone did mention that too. That.
Yeah.
Not really a way to recreate it in any sort of way, right? So, which is a shame because the Wii U had a microphone.
Yeah.
Why does the Switch not have a microphone
or a camera?
Things that the Wii U had.
Yeah.
Come on, Nintendo.
Come on.
We love you.
Come on.
Don't make it so hard to love you.
Yeah. Don't be like that.
That's what my wife says to me all the time.
Mine too. And lastly, I just wanted to mention I'd heard on another podcast about Circuit Superstars, which is in early access right now on Steam. And it was basically sold as, if you love those old top-down, like 3/4 view racing games like RC ProAm or like Off-Road or any of those. It's modern version of that, except with like some better physics to it. And I put about an hour into that, and it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna recommend that one to you. It's
excellent. Yeah. It's in early access on Steam.
Yeah, I think I paid $17 for it. But if you have that itch at all, like I get that itch sometimes to play RC Pro-Am, and then I remember how friggin' hard it is once I put it in and played it a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah, forgot how brutally hard this is. There is so I'm just playing the arcade mode, which just takes you through the levels, and you earn points, and you can buy new cars and upgrade the cars. Like there's a lot of love into it. It's put out by Square Enix's indie studio. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but yeah. But Circuit Superstars, I think this is going to be a big game. I think it's going to be huge. Like it's got just the racing feels so good in it.
Excellent.
Like the controls are just perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So what have you been playing, Rob?
Well, I with the Bethesda Xbox Game Pass announcement there, I felt like I had to play something because I'm like, there's 20 games. I can't not take advantage of it somehow. So I tried a game that I've been meaning to try for a long time, and that's The Evil. No, I wouldn't play that game. Fallout 4.
Evil Within, nice.
Evil Within, yeah, I would not play that game.
I've been sleeping well lately, so
I've been sleeping really well. I want to play a game where you're basically in hell, and which is like every Bethesda game, I guess. If you there's a whole lot of them where you're in hell.
Yeah, that seems to be the few.
So Fallout 4, I would have played New Vegas, but don't have an Xbox. Fallout 4 has been really fun so far. It's you forget how much role playing is in a Fallout game, which I know sounds silly, but the first person aspect of it, you're like, oh, it's an FPS with in a futuristic. No, it's it is. But right off the bat, you're adding stat points, and you're like, oh yeah, right. It is Fallout, and it's been pretty cool. There's some bugs on the Game Pass version I'm kind of dealing with, where I have a 4K monitor. I'm trying to play at 4K Ultra because it's an older game. I can play it in that. And the gameplay is in 4K, fills up the whole monitor. The cinematics are more along 1440, and they're taking up about 2/3 of the screen.
Oh.
And then it goes back to being 4K again.
Oh.
So, but the actual gameplay, it's feeling really good. It's I had to work through some. I have trouble with jump scares in games. Anyone who's been a fan for a while, I don't deal well with it. And there was this one point early in the game where a cockroach jumped at my head, and I threw the mouse, which thankfully wasn't wireless, so it did. But I'm working through it. It's because I really want to play. It's a great story, as usual, with a Fallout game, right? Bethesda does stories mostly usually pretty well. I mean, Doom doesn't really have a story. It's other than you Doom guys shoot demon. Bah.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Like
repeat till dead.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. I'm going to keep playing it.
So a much better experience than your Fallout 76 experience?
Yeah.
Okay.
The game hasn't physically hurt me yet, so so yeah. Fallout 4, I'm going to keep playing it. And also been playing more of Dirt 5.
Oh, nice.
Which I'm just loving the racing, like the feel of the racing. The game itself doesn't do anything like the modes and everything. It doesn't do anything great. I mean, there's sponsors now, and you can buy cars, but the racing itself feels really good, and I'm just I enjoy the feel of drifting around a dirt corner in a game, and they've got that feeling down. It drives really well. Is the AI great? No. No. It has moments,
right,
but it's not great, and it's got like a podcasty shock kind of commentator and doing podcasts, and he's like, "Hey, it's AJ and blah blah blah," and oh yeah, no, I'd like to mute you. But the gameplay's fun. I'm gonna keep playing with it here.
Okay,
it's been good.
Awesome.
And one last game I played. I'll just go into the next segment here because we're there anyway.
Yep.
I got challenged last week. Ryan, he told me to stop being such a douche. I said no, but I will play a cheap game if you want to pick one.
I said as a trade-off, that's what you would do, right?
This is what you'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I played a little Switch game called Him and Her. And so watch the video. Click like 12 times. Comment, subscribe. All those good things. But it started off looking really promising. I was like, oh, the graphics are cute. You're a guy trying to get to your girl. It's a puzzle game. I like puzzle games. We both like puzzle games.
Yeah.
Some aspects to it. And then about 2 minutes in, I'm like, that song is just repeating. So what happened? The audio in the game, the only thing playing is a guy and a guitar playing 3 or 4 chords, and then it cycles, and that's it. That is the only thing happening. And in the background, while the guy is recording those 3 chords, his kids are making noise. There's kids. I kept thinking my kids were upstairs, like running around or something, but they weren't. That was in the game.
Yeah, in the video when you mentioned that, I thought you were like, that's what I thought you were talking about. I'm like, oh, I can hear his kids. That's weird. They're usually not downstairs.
No.
Like,
no, they're not. And it really made it hard to play. I mean, it's not often the audio is what makes you want to stop playing a game.
Oh, yeah. Once you notice the audio, it just becomes grating. It's like, there's no end to this. It just goes on and on and on and on.
Yep. It was bad. And then the puzzling started off really promising, and then it just started to, like, there's a lot of precise platforming parts, and the controls are garbage. It's like you press the button, and then like sometime after you press the button, maybe 1 frame, maybe 3, it'll jump.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it was a 12-cent game.
It was a 12-cent game.
Yeah.
Would have been, I would have kept, it's not hard to stick with. It would be fun to try, but that audio, if you're going to play it, mute it. I couldn't, I was making a video. We did this for you. But, yeah, it was pretty awful.
I mean, I was like, oh, this is going to be okay for Rob. He's not going to be agitated at all. Damn it. And then 5 minutes in, I'm like, yes. Capture those tears, Rob.
Yeah.
They are what power me.
I was literally joking. It kept reminding me of like that one high school buddy you had who could kind of play guitar. And he'd play like, all right, we're going to play some Wonderwall. Don't play Wonderwall. Here comes some Wonderwall.
Yeah.
After all, Wonderwall.
The whole like kid part though, in the like having the kids in the background, like I don't know if you thought it was like whimsical or something, like just like, or the guy who created the game was like, you know what? I've got a buddy who can play guitar. Dude, can you drop me 2 minutes of just strumming any chords you want? Like, he's like, yes. Yeah, but I'm babysitting my kids. Who cares?
Who cares? Just do it. And for people who think it's, well, okay, they couldn't edit out the kids. During that video, I had some microphone feedback that would come in every 2 minutes. And I edited it out. And I don't know jack poop about, but it's like, okay, well, I'll highlight this. You do a noise selection, then you can say noise suppression in Audacity, and bam, it's done. 30 seconds for a guy who doesn't do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
These people make games.
Yeah.
Could have edited out the kids. And that's not a mixed metaphor for, population control. It's
that's how we got canceled.
And that's how we got canceled. But yeah, not a great game. I'll pick something for you here. I just don't have anything right on me right now.
Okay,
but
fair enough.
There'll be something. But on a much better note,
yeah,
you also played something, right?
I did. So, I think we kind of decided before that if whoever's doing the bad game challenge, the other guy will do either a retro pick or backlog of good intention, some other just playing a game. So a couple weeks ago, I actually had, and I talked about this in the video, I had you ever get just like a video game craving where you have like a memory and you're like, oh, I need to, something I saw reminded me, like a little video clip or something about Shoplifter.
Right.
And like, I'm like, yeah, that was a cool game because, it wasn't like about fighting, it was side scrolling, but it was more about rescuing your guys.
Mm-hmm. You bet.
I'm pretty sure I have that for my Super Nintendo. And lo and behold, I went and checked out the old library there, and I did. So that's what I played. I played Shoplifter 3. And you know what? Yeah, I played Shoplifter on my old Apple IIe. Like that's where I was playing Shoplifter.
Yep.
So way, way back, like late 80s, mid 80s.
Yeah, I was gonna say mid 80s.
Mid 80s, yeah. And so Shoplifter 3 was a SNES title. And it was fun. You know what? Like it's exactly what I expected it to be. It's more about saving the people than fighting. And I mean, they added some new things. Like, so I was pretty sure. Like, did you watch the video at all? Did you get a chance to?
I've been meaning to.
That's okay. So, there's a part where you can hit your shoulder buttons and turn and like face the screen, and so that's how you shoot down.
Yeah.
Could you do that in the original?
That sounds familiar.
I thought I
there weren't enough. There weren't enough buttons. I think there's a.
Because I just remember being able, like, I always remember having to strafe, like, fly, and like that's how you kind of pointed down.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
So now, in this 3 version, you hit the shoulder button and you turn and face the camera, and that's how you shoot. Like you can easily shoot down. But there's a lot more enemies now, and So a good little addition. It kept the game fresh. It wasn't just a 16-bit rehash of Shoplifter. I don't recall Shoplifter 2 at all. Like, I don't even know where that came out on.
I'm on the Wikipedia page right now.
Where you would even have been able to play that was,
was that? You want to know?
Yeah.
Shoplifter 2 was a Gameboy exclusive.
What? Yep, Game Boy, like
Game Boy,
original
just Game Boy, black and white or green. Sorry. Yeah, 1991. Got it was positive reviews.
Shoplifter 2. My next need to go look look that up because
a Game Boy exclusive.
Wow. Yeah. That is insane. I did read that Shoplifter 3 had a life on the Game Boy Advance as well.
That makes sense.
It had enough buttons and everything, right?
Game Boy Advance, man, doesn't get as much love as it should.
Yeah.
Honestly. Just, you had basically a portable Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
And yet, people don't really talk. I mean, people like us talk about it, but no one's ever like, man, I sure miss my Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
I mean, people say that about the Sega Saturn, but no one says it about the Game Boy Advance. That is sarcasm, people. Do not write comments below about. Although there are more and more people missing the Sega Saturn, but yeah. Game Boy Advance.
There really are. So yeah, it did.
Tell your friends.
It did get some life on the Game Boy Advance as well. So
very nice.
Yeah, you know what? It scratched that Shoplifter itch, which is what I was looking for.
Didn't even need the cream.
Didn't even need a cream for it.
Yep. We're getting to that age where we need cream for a lot of things. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of anti-itch creams.
The chafing is real, people. It's
oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go.
There we go. So I think on that positive note about getting old, we can start wrapping this show up.
We can carry on.
Because that's all I got. Unless you got something. Do you have anything making you grumpy this week?
Yes. Nothing we can do in the show.
Nothing to do with nothing video game wise making you grumpy.
I don't think so. No, it's unless Valve, you want to make Half-Life 3? Do it. Cowards.
Do it.
Just do it. We're ready.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can, Valve.
I don't think you can. Gabe. Like he cares. He's like, sorry, I can't hear you with my Scrooge McDuck vault of money here.
Yeah. Backstroking in it. Like just...
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching and listening.
All the nings.
All the nings. I'm going to bed right after this. Yeah. So thank you for watching, listening. You can check us out. You know what? Just come check out our Facebook page. It's really where most of the action happens. If you see anything you like on there, like it. If you don't.
It's fine.
Check out our YouTube page too. We post all our videos to Facebook, but we love when we get some YouTube love as well. Any likes or comments there always help. Like I said before, even if you just mash your hand on the keys and just leave us a string of characters, it still counts.
And if we get at least 3 comments asking for it, Ryan and I will do a beef and cheddar-a-thon.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll have the beef and cheddar off.
Yeah. All right. I'm down.
I just pulled that out of my butt right now, but we will do it.
3 comments.
Just 3 comments between the Facebook and the YouTube. Not counting the spam ones we get about.
Yeah, 3 comments about
Russian
beef and cheddar.
Box.
Comment beef and cheddar.
There you go.
We get 3 of them. We'll do it beef and cheddar off.
That's right.
And what exactly that will be, I think it will be just seeing who can eat more of them or eat them faster. I don't know.
Well, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But it'll involve beef and cheddars.
It'll involve the beef and cheddars.
Be pretty good. Probably on a Friday, because I don't think we'll be going to work the day after.
Yeah, probably not. This is such a bad idea.
This was a real bad idea.
Also, we will accept... No, for the Beef and Cheddar Challenge, we want comments on our stuff. But if you do want to just talk to us about anything, you can send us an email to makeusgrumpy@gmail.com. We always love to hear from you. It always makes our day. We end up talking about it on the show for like 3 weeks in a row.
It's true. It is very true.
So we have fans. They actually listen to us.
Yep. Somebody listens.
And I guess with that, have yourselves a good evening, day, whenever you're listening to this. Have a good one.
Take care. Bye-bye.